Excited to hear the pitches.
Thank you. I'm Stephanie Walters. I'm the Director of Engagement Communications for Yellow, which is the nonprofit of Pharrell Williams. And if you know anything about our founder, he is a serial entrepreneur. So excited to be here, see what you all are going to pitch. And I know this is Howard Town in this area, but I'm a Hampton University graduate. So yeah, excited to be here today.
As you can see, we got some heavy hitters today. Show some more love for them. All right, so next I'm going to briefly go over the rules. If you've never attended one of our rocket pitches, our presenters here have 90 seconds to win the judges over. They'll come up, they'll present their business in 90 seconds. Some of them may have some samples. You'll not be able to use any visualizations. Within that 90 seconds afterwards, the judges will give maybe brief questions, feedback for 2 to 3 minutes max. At the end, we will select the top winner, grand prize winner of the alumni, which will win $2,500 as sponsored by the HUPNC National Center. Show some love for our sponsor, HUPNC National Center. Dr. Johnny Graham wasn't able to make it, but he sent some amazing sponsors in place. If you want to say something briefly to introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, I'm actually representing Morgan's Innovation Entrepreneurship Center, which is located upstairs. I'm Danae Stewart, and we are a part of the Howard PNC grant that was given to us. So I'm excited to be here and to take place and to see all the pitches.
Hi everyone, my name is Jayla James. I'm a senior marketing major at Howard University from Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm currently here representing Howard as the Howard body today. 2 of our regular leaders, Dr. Graham and Ms. Aaron, would be here normally, but sadly they both came down with something and weren't able to swing by. But I'm happy to step in and I'm excited to see what's in store today.
All right, thank you everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here, our sponsors. And so next up, we want to introduce those who will be pitching. And actually, well, let's quickly go down the line so that you can use your 90 seconds fully for your business.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Ransom. I am a co-founder of Krave, a ready-to-drink cocktail seltzer beverage. Super excited to present to you all today, and I'm a graduate of Hampton University.
Hi everybody, my name is Destiny Wesley. I am from Chicago, Illinois, a graduate student at Howard University, the only graduate there majoring in fashion design, and I'm excited to share and tell you more about my business, MeasureMe.
Hey everyone, my name is Antonio DePina. I'm a graduate of Lincoln University, and I'm the founder of Scoutz, a sports recruiting platform.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle, and I am the CEO and founder of Arcane. Arcane is an e-commerce retail store that bridges the gap between mental health and the stigma around that in the Black community, and so I do that through art appreciation.
Hi everyone, my name is AriAnna. I am a junior pre-med student at Bowie State University, and I am the owner of Tony's Kitchen and Bakery. We're a food tech company that uses technology to find sustainable resources in order to turn your everyday baked goods vegan, gluten-free, and sugar-free.
How you doing? I'm tucked off in the back. My name is Nigel Dunn. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University. I'm here, respect. I'm here representing Soundtrack the Game. We are a gaming company, but you'll learn about us in a little bit.
Can't give them too much yet. Can't give them too much. All right, so first we will start with our student track. We will have AriAnna Redmond of Tony's Kitchen and Bakery first up. Then we'll have Gabrielle Hall of Arcane, and then closing out the student track with Destiny Wesley. Then we'll move to the alumni track. So please show some love for AriAnna Redmond of Tony's Kitchen and Bakery. Got samples.
Hi there, my name is AriAnna, and I am the owner and founder of Tony's Kitchen and Bakery. Inside of a $120 billion industry, 32.1% of Americans live with either food allergies and/or dietary restrictions. At Tony's Kitchen and Bakery, we're passionate about bridging this gap. Unlike our competitors, we specialize in mouth-watering desserts that are not only vegan and gluten-free, but also friendly to a wide range of food allergies. Our mission is to ensure that everyone, regardless of dietary needs, can indulge in the joy of great tasting desserts. Baking from scratch and dairy-free has allowed us to scale tremendously. With it costing $1.14 to make, package, and decorate each cupcake that we make, we are able to make a 92% profit margin, allowing us to grow at a fast pace. In our first 6 months of business, we've done roughly $30,000 in revenue and gained over 6 corporate clients on contracts, including 3 major universities. And that's only part of our success. Outside of being just a bakery, Tony's Kitchen started as an ode to my late father, Tony, who taught me how to cook. Join us at Tony's Kitchen and Bakery, where we tell stories one cupcake at a time. Thank you.
Amazing job, AriAnna. Please show her some love. And next we'll pass it over to our judges for questions and feedback.
AriAnna, lovely pitch. Just a few questions, maybe about 2 questions. So if you could tell me what major challenges are you currently having when it comes to scaling your business?
So I would say major challenges include finding different, so with us being an allergy inclusive bakery, we have to deal with certain allergies. So with every customer that we meet with them one-on-one to figure out what their allergies are. Some of the substitutes that we may have for one thing they might be allergic to, so we have to go back and create and develop another recipe, especially like curated towards them. That is one of the biggest issues we have.
Okay, so an additional question to that would be, what's your roadmap like? What do you think your business will be like in the next 5 years?
I imagine Tony's Kitchen and Bakery becoming social entrepreneurs as well, encouraging other companies to follow suit and create things that are sustainable. Not only sustainable, but also all inclusive. That's one of the things we pride ourselves on. We see ourselves in grocery stores and also hosting classes so that rather than coming to our kitchen, we can have something that's in your kitchen so you can still share those, wonderful moments of having time with your family, baking goods without having to worry about allergic reactions or even not tasting it.
Great pitch. So you mentioned you have about 35K in revenue. What have you learned from the feedback? What are they saying that's good? And what's the feedback that you say, we're going to take that and improve our process?
Most of the times it's usually about keeping everything, so not only just for us, but people pretty much like the same thing. So learning that, food is also in the people business. So I would say keeping everything to where it's easy for us to make and that we're making profit off of it, and then it's also that's something, is guaranteed to sell, if that answers your question.
Great pitch. I've been vegan for over 3 years, and so I appreciate this. My question to you is, you mentioned how much you've made over the last 6 months, but how are you keeping the costs really affordable for customers? Because what I found in being vegan, especially in the bakery industry, everything is so expensive. So how are you keeping that so me as a consumer, I want to actually buy it?
Absolutely. So we keep the cost low by baking low. So most of our products we have, we make it to where it's a science thing as well. So we always have products on hand that are in our freezer. They just have to be taken out, thaw out, just bake them at hand. But also supporting local partnerships. So using local mom and pop restaurants and shops that have these products that we need. That keeps our costs low with the ingredient costs, and we're able to sell them back to a lower price.
And how are you all marketing to everyone? I know sometimes people think, oh, you can only be vegan, eating vegan things, but how are you making this marketable for everybody to want to try it? Because some of this vegan stuff is better than the regular stuff that's out there.
We do a lot of sampling. So inside of every batch we make, we always have room for samples. I'm not vegan myself. So one thing that we do is we target a lot of schools. Our most recent contract was with Bowie University. So one of the things that we did was we didn't tell people it was vegan. And everyone's like, oh yeah, some people might ask, hey, is this vegan? We're like, yeah, it's vegan, but we don't necessarily advertise it because there's a bias towards it. So with our great tasting desserts and how they taste great, and the people can say that, it's not as having that bias in their head that it's already vegan.
Awesome job. All right, next up, we have Gabrielle Hall of Brain of Arcane. Come on down.
And if you're allergic to avocado,
1, 2, 3.
Just let me know when I can go.
We get the timer up. And you are good.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle, founder and CEO of Grain of Arcane. I initially created Arcane through my struggles with mental health at the tender age of 10. Clinging to visual arts, I found healing through the beauty of self-expression. Did you know that 63% of African Americans report mental health as a sign of weakness? Unfortunately, that leaves only 25% of them actually seeking mental health care. In August 2023, I rebranded to Grain of Arcane. Arcane is a mental health focused retail store that utilizes various art mediums, fashion, and self-care to promote mental wellness and empower underserved communities. While clinical therapy can be expensive and triggering, art therapy has been proven to reduce symptoms of anxiety, stress, and depression by 73%. With mental health being a steadily growing $11.8 billion industry, we are confident that our idea is both sustainable and relevant to issues in today's society. Grain of Arcane isn't just a brand, it's a movement towards self-expression, healing, and self-empowerment. Each piece we create is infused with love, intention, and the belief that art has the power to change lives. Now let me ask you, are you going to let art change your life? Thank you.
To our judges.
Thank you. It's okay, I can hear you.
Okay. So great pitch. One, I think whenever there's a personal connection to the story, it really says a lot about why you did it, so thank you for sharing that. Tell me about this name, Grain of Arcane, because I feel like there's a story behind that.
Yeah, so actually in 2017, I created my first business at 15, which was Arcane Apparel. And so I was basically looking up words that meant to be misunderstood. And the dictionary definition of arcane actually means to be understood by a few. And so I kind of resonated with that. And then when I rebranded to Grain of Arcane, basically my idea with that is twofold. So grain meaning planting the seed in people, but also grain in terms of being organic. So like I mentioned, my products are organic, no chemicals, no preservatives. And so it kind of has that twofold meaning with that, as well as inspiring people to be their organic self. So, boosting their confidence and just inspiring them to just be true to themselves and don't worry about opinions from other people.
And what are your current sales at this moment?
Yeah, so I actually just, like I said, I just rebranded in August. I officially launched in December. So right now, I'm in the process of just generating revenue again. I've been mostly raising capital, so I've raised over 10K in capital. And I'm kind of using that to, just continue to build the foundation. I've retained over 170 customers. Since the rebrand, I've had maybe about 10 sales. That was only 2 months ago, so still growing. But my conversion on the website is really well. I'm getting, on average, 18 views a day. Conversion-wise, I think it's like 200% of people are clicking and engaging with the email marketing. So definitely building the audience is more so just trying to convert that into sales.
Thank you.
So you talk a lot about the mental health component of this, and I read your pitch deck. And so I guess my question is your target audience for those who are experiencing mental health issues, or is it just for everybody? Because I'm thinking through, okay, there's earrings, there's rings, there's keychains, which are beautiful, by the way. I'm just thinking through what the process is for that target audience. Will they know, okay, this is going to help me with my mental health because, or is it just, oh, I want to have this because it looks beautiful and, it's made out of all natural stones, ingredients?
Yeah, so for example, if you look closer at the oils, they actually have positive affirmations on them. Same for the keychains right there, they say love yourself. So actually the bigger picture is to eventually have a physical location where all the products I'm making, I can show people how to make it. And even bigger beyond that, that can even open doors for career opportunities, right? Kind of put you in the mind of like living classrooms almost, bringing the community in and providing those resources. I also want to have other art therapists in-house, maybe other clinical therapists in-house where people can go get that counseling aspect, but it'll basically be a hub for these resources for the community.
And also too, I think just something maybe to think about is if somebody is having a mental health crisis or there's something that they're dealing with, obviously I'm not a licensed professional clinician, but maybe is there a survey that they can take to say, hey, what do I need? Because is it oils? Is it something that's tangible? Thinking through that process if the target is to really focus on the mental health component. So just a thought there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I said, you know, when I get a physical location, one of the things that we will also be looking at is psych evaluations. So when people are thinking about coming to our space for these resources, doing a comprehensive evaluation of what's going on with their mental, so we kind of know how to provide services for them from there. Thank you.
Nice presentation. Just two questions. You said you've been able to acquire about or retain about 170 paying customers, right? So in terms of these paying customers, how many or what percentage is recurring?
What percentage of customers is recorded?
Recurring. How many?
Reoccurring.
Yeah.
Almost all of my customers are reoccurring. So a lot of my customers has followed me from 2017 when I first started, because a lot of them are friends or friends of a friend. So almost all of them have pretty much bought at least more than one item from me. So I would say about 95%.
Okay, thank you. And then in terms of your revenue making or your sales, for example, how have you been able to manage your costs? And would you say you've been able to make some profit?
Yeah, so I definitely have been able to generate some profit. With the cost, I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so that's where the capital comes in, being able to allow me to build these things so that it's sustainable enough after it's, after the foundation is laid. One other thing that I also do is event hosting. So when the products aren't selling, I'm inviting people to these events to come and see what the bigger picture would be like, until I get that space. So that's another way to generate revenue, being able to provide basically a service to people as well. Thank you.
Awesome job. And lastly, for our student track, we have Destiny Wesley with MeasureMe. Show her some love.
In 2023, I was fired from a well-known fashion company here in DC. You may be wondering, girl, what'd you do? But the real question is, what didn't I do? I was polite. I was authentic. I helped tailor garments to perfection. I helped that groom-to-be to find the right jacket that would make his fiance go, boy, come here. So it wasn't me. It wasn't me. In fact, the store shut down right after that. Statistics show that clothes bought online have 30 to 40% of returns due to this problem. This contributes to 11 million tons of clothes in America landfills alone. That's why my team and I created MeasureMe. It's a SaaS technology that utilizes a 3D body scanning tool for two main functions: to convert its users' measurements across and within fashion brands in the US, and connect its users to local tailors of color for customized alterations to their garments. In 2023, we surveyed over 2,000 women who stated that they return clothes either purchase multiple of the same item to find the right fit, or they would rather just shop in person. With our word-of-mouth growth strategy and subscription model, we're on track to generate $1.7 million by 2026. And with your investment, we can deliver a digital tool for sustainable growth so that people everywhere can have beautiful clothes that fit. Thank you.
Come on. And next to our judges.
Nice presentation.
Thank you.
So just a couple of questions. I mean, love the product, heard about it before. Can you explain how the product works? I know you have just a few minutes to pitch, so you didn't go into the intricacies of the product, but how does your product actually work?
Sure. So it's a web application, and you enter into the web application, You sign in, and what it does is allow you to do you have two options: do a 3D body scan of your body, 360, or you can just manually enter the measurements that you may already know. Once you do that, it does a size conversion. So from entering your measurements, it then shows you what your size is across hundreds of brands that we've entered into our database. Because the issue that I've found is you could be shopping at a company such as Aeropostale, and you don't realize that as a retailer, they have multiple brands behind them. So in our database, it allows you to see what your size is across those brands, so you can shop accurately.
So, do you have that product? Is it currently working? Do you have something here?
Yep, so we actually are just about to launch in March. So we've tested it and validated it with a small group, a focus group, to validate that it works and that it's needed. So yeah.
All right. In terms of building your product up to now, and then, so what has been your expenses, your cost structure, and all of that? And then, I know you already mentioned something about how much you're trying to raise. I don't know if I heard that, but I believe it's going to cost a lot to be able to push this to the market, right?
Yeah.
So, but in terms of what you built and what you had to do up to now, what has been that experience like?
Well, to push it to the market, we're starting out with a word of mouth growth strategy. That's really been what has been working. I just wanted to address that because we've been in front of audiences such as WBNC, where we're in front of 4,000 women who can help us or can see what our product is, and I've won a pitch competition in front of them before, and that's how our subscription grew. But as far as the expense to it, yeah, so we're raising at $500,000, and ultimately, the expenses that we've had so far is me actually hiring a contractor to build the web application, which was kind of like a good co-founder relationship because he did not charge me a lot for what I have built. But after that, what will cost it's been smaller things such as research and development, and also having the actual web application created. So we've been really creating it to at least continue validating and iterating the design. I have not had to put too much money into it, but for us to continue to have even the tailoring aspect, and for us to do some integration there that we want for AI in the body scan, it will cost. But I also have a relationship with the body scan technology that we're integrating, where it's not costing us any more than $3,000 a month.
So I love this. I love a good black tailor, but and I also love the social impact element where you're looking at clothing waste. I'm curious about, so the tech, it's up, it's about to be live. Who are your competitors and what do you do different, right?
Sure, absolutely. I love that question. Thank you. So our competitors are TrueFit, Wear. These are companies that are integrated on fashion brands' websites, right? So you may have seen where you're shopping online and it gives you a size recommendation. So it asks you a size recommendation based off of the other brands that you shop with. That's key. Like, that's the first difference between those brands and MeasureMe, because with them, they are asking you where else have you shopped in order to validate what your size is for a specific brand that you're shopping with. The reason why while we're different in that aspect is because we don't need to ask you where else you shop to get your correct, accurate information. We ask you and provide you your measurements, and then your size is converted accurately to tell you if that's the true fit from a loose fit to an accurate fit, or if you'll need a tailor. Whereas these other brands are just asking you a size recommendation. And a lot of times what I've noticed as far as the size recommendation based off of the other brands is, what if your body has changed? Or what if the brand that you actually are normally shopping with isn't in your database? You know, so those are the key differences that MeasureMe has.
Well, this is like 10 years ago.
I know, right?
I've returned so many clothes.
I did.
On the consumer side, how does it work in terms of subscription? Is there a way, this isn't something I would use every single day, but maybe depending on certain professions, if you're into buying clothes all the time, talk about it from the consumer standpoint as a subscription.
Sure, from the consumer standpoint, something that I've noticed in every season which is the key reason why the fashion company closed down that I was working with, they're shopping not just for themselves, they're shopping for their loved ones. And so what it allows you to do as a consumer is to have multiple profiles. So you cannot just only see what your size is for the brands that you have selected in your profile, but you can see what it is for your daughter or your husband as well. So that's what the value that it adds for them. It also, from the tailoring aspect for the consumer, if you need to make any form of alterations, what it does is connect you to a local tailor that's in your area based off of the things that you stated that you need done. And we live in such a fast-paced world that sometimes you want to know how long things will take, just like we do when we get a package from Amazon. And we know that tailors are so long in history, they haven't done that. So what we integrated for our consumers based off of their feedback is to keep them updated with the process of the tailoring alterations being done. So from start to finish, it's time for your garment to be picked up.
Thank you. And where do you see the future of this? Like, do you see yourself or the app collaborating with any brands directly? So, you know, it lessens their returns and maybe some sort of brand integration?
Yes, absolutely. So for businesses, I would definitely say that the size conversion tool that we're building would totally benefit them. Because I'm constantly looking at the reviews of these big retailers or even small retailers. And the issue that they're having is you're promoting these clothes, but we're not really fully aware as consumers that they have multiple brands behind them. So from a brand standpoint, we want to eventually give our size conversion tool to these fashion brands. Another thing that I would say is actually partnering with global sustainable companies to continue to promote sustainability. That's ultimately the foundation of this company.
Amazing job. We'll give the judges some time to make their tallies for the student track. I just want to remind y'all that these are students. Show some more love for them real quick. I remember when I was a student, I was just trying to get through school and they're running full businesses. This is amazing. This is amazing. As we give the judges a little bit of time, we will begin to introduce our alumni track. And I will give you all the order of the alumni track very shortly. First, we'll have Antonio with Scoutz. Show some love. Then we'll have Rachel with Krave. Show her some love. And Nigel with Soundtrack. So let's give us one quick second. All right, the judges are tallying. And we won't announce the student winner just yet. We'll save it for the end, but we want to get them a head start on tallying. All right, actually, change of plans. We will announce the winner of the student track right now. Right now, the judges are eager. They're eager to let them know. We are about to announce the winner. Who was your favorite? Shout them out. Everybody right here. Listen, don't put me on the spot. I can't pick. They were all amazing, right? Yeah, y'all can put the name down there. As they are writing the name, we will begin to announce our winner of the $1,000 for the student track.
And I'll pass it over to our judges to make that announcement.
So, I'm going to stand. One, this was tough. The scores were very close, and to put it in context, it came down to 1 to 2 points between first place and third place. And we looked at a couple of things, your purpose, progress, and positioning today. So after tallying that, everybody had a beautiful mission, but based on the traction and positioning today, the judges have come up with, drum roll. We have AriAnna Redmond. And it's not because she went to Bowie State. But like I said, you have sales, you're in the market, you're clear about your customer. And although everybody was great, we were looking at progress and positioning some of the key metrics today. So everybody else has amazing potential, but today you are well positioned. Awesome job, AriAnna.
Awesome job. And all of you were amazing, so please don't feel slighted. This is a very, very tough competition, but I got love for all of y'all. Congratulations, AriAnna, and to all of you. Next up, we have our alumni track. Coming up first, Antonio with Scoutz. Bring him up, bring him up. Let's go.
Imagine a world where every athlete has an equal opportunity to make their dream come true, no matter where they're from, who they are, or who they know. This is the world Scoutz is creating. My name is Antonio DePina. I'm the CEO and founder of Scoutz, and we match and connect athletes and coaches to help automate sports recruiting. So a little bit about me. I was once a college basketball player and a professional athlete. I know I gained a little weight, it happens, guys, but just like most athletes, I too had zero idea on how to start the recruiting process or where to begin. I got my first college offer from sending like 1,000 cold emails. And I got my first pro opportunity from a Facebook DM that I sent to a coach in Portugal. So I felt the pain points that I'm looking to solve here with my business. So Scoutz is the future of sports recruiting. Athletes, coaches, and teams can create profiles on our platform and instantly begin matching and connecting to automate and jumpstart their recruiting process in minutes. We're subscription-based, and we've already generated over $1.2 million in total revenue without talking anything but men's pro basketball. But our impact goes beyond the numbers. We're providing millions of undiscovered athletes their next opportunity. So join us, and let's change the game together.
Let's go. Back to our judges.
Congratulations. I know very minimal about sports, but I do know there's some legalities around like scouting, recruiting, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. How do you all deal with that in terms of with it being on the app? Are there like boundaries? Are there rules? What does that look like for the person recruiting and for the talent?
Yeah, so there's two sections. We have actually like a professional side for professional sports. And then we have the college sports recruiting side. So for college, that's probably where more the legalities would be. You know, there's recruiting calendars where coaches can actually talk to players and where they can. So we actually have the recruiting calendar on our platform where, you know, it allows the coaches to, and the athletes to understand, you know, when is their time to. So nobody breaks those rules. If they break the rules, it's not on us, you know what I mean? So that kind of covers our side. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
So I just have about two questions, basically. So first question, in terms of the amount you generated, right? How did you go about this? Like, what's your business model? Just, yeah.
Yeah, so as of today, we're subscription-based, so athletes pay a subscription, quarterly and monthly. But when we first started in 2021, we didn't know anything about subscription revenue. So we were on the road, you know, doing pro tryouts around the country in various cities like Miami, New York, LA, you know, Houston. And we would have to rally all these athletes to the one location. And that's where they would actually sign up, or, you know, they would generate a lot of revenue through that. And that was the early days, but we figured that it's not really scalable. So that's when we went to the subscription model where, you know, as we go to raise VC money, you know, that's the scalability side of it.
So have you raised busy money already?
Yeah, we a little bit, it's a small check size. It was like, I think we raised 150K so far.
Okay, final question. Love the business. But in terms of profit, I know that you made revenue, but what's profitability looking like?
60% profit.
Thank you.
Awesome job, show 'em some love.
All right. How y'all feeling? You feeling good? All right, we got 2 more, and then we will announce our winner of the alumni trap. Next up, we have Rachel Ransom from Krave.
It's not just a drink, it's an experience. Krave is a ready-to-drink beverage that uses classic cocktail recipes with a fizzy seltzer taste and real spirits. It's the epitome of affordability, taste, and convenience, all packed into one sleek can. The problem we're addressing is the gap between premium mixology experiences and affordability. When you're out, you pay top dollar for an expertly crafted cocktail, but at home, recreating those recipes often falls short. Our target market is the vibrant city of Washington, D.C., where a single cocktail can set you back by $20, but that's where Krave comes in, offering that same premium experience for a fraction of the cost at just $3.99 per can. What sets Krave apart in this growing industry is our perfect blend of simplicity and sophistication. With an impressive alcohol content level of 7.5%, we're breaking the industry mold, where the average is a mere 4 to 6%. Plus, we're using all natural sugars for a guilt-free indulgence. With starting flavors of lemon drop and mojito, we've already began production on a pilot run of 10,000 cocktails, using this phase to gather feedback, refine our product, and court potential distributors. With your support, we can scale production and bring Krave to retailers by June of 2024. As founders, we're here because we believe in Krave. We've already invested almost $50,000 into creating our product, and with your support, we can change cocktail culture together. Thank you.
And 2 more judges.
So I did a little bit of reading about you guys. So this is not part of my questions, but just take this one. Where are your other 2 co-founders?
Say it one more time.
The 2 co-founders, the remaining.
3.
Yeah, I know you guys are 3, the remaining 2.
There's 2 here today.
Yeah, 2. Where's the 2nd person?
Oh, raise your hand, Aaliyah.
So, amazing stuff you guys are doing. Just want to know, you've invested about $50,000 already in terms of revenue generated as of today. Just tell me what has that been like, basically?
When it comes to
your revenue generation.
Got it. So the current phase we're in is we are producing 10,000 cocktails to do our pilot run. We'll begin actual production to collect revenue in June of 2024. And right now, to create 1 4-pack of our seltzers, it's $5. We sell to distributors for $6.50. So we'll have a 62.5% profit margin. Based on industry growth rates, we're expected to do a little over $300,000 in our first year of sales, making a profit of about $61,000.
So what that means, just to clarify that, is this hasn't gotten to the hands of consumers yet?
This has not gone into the hands of consumers yet, no.
Okay, nice. Final question. What do you believe, or, you've not tested it out, but what are the things you anticipate to be a major challenge, or will be a challenge in terms of growing this business?
So I can speak to what's been a challenge so far, if that's okay. So one of the challenges we faced so far was in the beverage formulation process. Now, when you have a cocktail seltzer, like I said, the average ABV or alcohol content level is 4 to 6%. We wanted to stand out one of those ways being in our alcohol content level with 7.5. The struggle is balancing a recipe that has a high liquor content, but also is very tasty. You'll see other brands that have as high as a 12% alcohol content level, but the flavor isn't as strong. So we had to work with a beverage formulator and go through many rounds of flavoring to perfect the taste of our product so that we could then mass scale it with manufacturers.
Thank you.
Thank you, great job. What is, number 1, are you guys using top shelf liquor? So, no, well, we're not using top shelf liquor like a Lobos or anything, but we're using like your average vodka or rum.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then talk about the calorie count, the sugar count, because that's also really important when you think about having cocktails, especially these kind of cocktails like a lemon drop or a mojito.
Right.
A lot of those in general, especially mojitos, are full of sugar.
Yes, so one thing about Krave, we use all natural sugar, so that's just to start. Another thing that's interesting about the alcoholic beverage industry, you actually don't have to list your calories or nutritional facts on the can, and the reason for that is because a lot of times, you're right, there is a lot of sugar in these products, so the only people you'll see that list those facts are those who can feature the lower ones. We know that our products won't be that 100-calorie offering. We don't have the actual nutritional facts yet until it goes to production and we get the approved labelings from the government, but that's what I can say for now.
And then why is your target market just DC?
So our target market isn't just DC, but to start it is Washington, DC, and the surrounding areas, so the DMV. That's because as 3 founders, we're all Virginia girls. We live in the DC area now, and so that's where we wanted to start with selling our product. All right, thank you.
Amazing job, Rachel. And so last but not least, from the alumni track, we have my boy, Nigel Dunn, representing Soundtrack. Show him some love. And as he passes out his content, we'll begin to get him started shortly.
Have you ever been to a game night and lost your black card? If so, you need a copy of Soundtrack, the newest black-owned card game about music and movies. Our game is simple. Read a scenario to your family or friends. Next, have each player pick a song from their hand that best matches the scenario. And finally, sing your heart out in a battle of the songs. But Soundtrack is not just the battle of the songs. It's the soundtrack to the black experience. Our card game brings people together from different walks of life through film and song. After talking to 2,000 people, over 2,000 people during our HBCU homecoming tour, we know that our target audience of black millennials love our game. But we need funding in order to help us purchase more inventory, streamline fulfillment, and also increase our marketing efforts. Each unit of Soundtrack costs us $9 to produce. Our sale price of $35 allows us to profit 74%, giving us $26 per unit sold. During our successful Kickstarter run in October, we were able to sell 213 copies of Soundtrack, generating $7,500 in pre-order sales revenue. The tabletop gaming industry has a compound annual growth rate of 9% for the last 10 years. It's also projected to achieve a $48 billion market valuation by 2030. But unfortunately, only 3% of card game manufacturers are black. So please, help us bring Soundtrack to a game night near you. And if you're interested in learning more, follow us at Soundtrack the Game. Thank you.
Great job. Okay, so I make sure I understand this right. I pick a scenario.
Yes.
And then in my hand, I have the song that I think would best fit the scenario.
Yes, you have to search through your hand. You'll have 7 cards. And whichever song you feel like underscores the scenario best, you sing it to your group.
So I want to read this one real quick.
Let's do it.
So the scenario is, you were hosting an award show and made a joke about someone's wife. All of a sudden, he slapped the black off you and walked back to his seat. The show continued as if nothing happened. So the song that was chosen is Knuck If You Buck.
You gotta sing that one.
Yeah, we knucking, I'm bucking, they're ready, they're right. Okay, so that's how this works.
That's how it goes. We also have 2 wild cards. One's called the Pass the Aux card, where you can pick any song that you feel like will win the round. The other one is the Sing It If You Know It card, which I believe is in this middle stack right here. But it's basically based off of a theme song, so it describes the premise of the theme song. Then everyone else's job is to guess the theme song and sing it first.
So this is not really like a right or wrong answer, as in like Black Card Revoked or Card Community. It's just
that's why this game is so good, because you don't have to be an expert on black culture in order to partake in the game. Even if you don't know any of the songs, the lyrics are there for you. It's a done for you concept, basically.
So I see on there, on the box, it says 17 and up, and I was in college many years ago, and these are songs like when I was in school.
Yes.
And so thinking through, like, how are you all going to continue to elevate with the songs that are today, or is it for, because, I don't know, I don't want to shade the
so our
current
game,
songs today, but I mean, this is
Like this is, I'm a millennial on the upper end. This is my generation. So I'm like, the people who are 17, 18, they barely even know samples. So thank you. How are you guys going to continue to scale and elevate as like generations grow?
Absolutely. So one, the 90s is the golden era of hip hop and R&B, in my personal opinion. But this game is a multi-generational time capsule of Black culture. Essentially, the songs are from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, so we do have some recent songs in there, but honestly, where I see this company going is we're an educational tool to help bring current generations up to speed on what they've missed out on. So we have something for the older folks. We have an old school pack that has classic songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We also have a 90s pack with 140 songs from the 90s. And eventually we're looking to expand into different genres, different countries, music, all kinds of different things. And it's kind of just to preserve and to uphold Black culture.
Great job. So first of all, I love the game. I mean, what we just played, amazing game, but just a few questions. First of all, tell me about your marketing as of today. What have you done in terms of marketing this game? I've not heard about it up till now, and I love it immediately you just talked about it. So what's your marketing like?
So our marketing, primarily when we first started out, we went on, like I said, our HBCU homecoming tour. We talked to thousands of people. They all got a chance to play the game. We didn't actually have units on hand, so it was actually very challenging. Like we were convincing people to support us before they actually could walk home with a copy of the game. So word of mouth was our primary marketing means. We also are very active on social media, particularly in January and February of this year. We really kicked up our social media engagement. Eventually, we hope to do partnerships with other brands to do cross promotion, also influencers to do influencer marketing with people within our niche, so to speak.
So is this game patented yet?
Say it again.
Have you patented this game?
So games cannot be patented. If they could, it would be. The game is trademarked and copyrighted, so all of the imaging, all of the cards, the selections, our legal team is helping us walk through that process of getting it fully protected.
Yeah, so the reason why I was asking that is to ensure that it's not replicated by someone else and all of that. Yeah.
And that's, you already know, we here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Available like for purchase now?
It will be available in March or early April. Our Kickstarter people will be the first people to get the game. Our shipment is coming over from our manufacturer as we speak.
Show some love for Nigel. So, just as a quick recap, we had Antonio of Scoutz out representing Lincoln University. We had Rachel Ransom of Hampton University representing Krave. And then we just saw Nigel Dunn of Soundtrack representing Morgan State University. And so next, this will be a very, very tough one. So we're going to give the judges 5 minutes because there's a little more at stake for this one. So we'll give them 5 minutes. Please give them some patience. Feel free to step out, grab some refreshments if you like. We'll have a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and introduce the winners of the alumni track. Thank you, guys. So our judges will announce the winners. Let's get a drum roll, please.
This was really, really, really hard. That's why the phone calls had to be made. So there's a tie, and the tie is between Scoutz and Soundtrack. And the reason why is because Scoutz is already in action. They've already proven revenue, and Soundtrack had the prototype, and they're on board to be in the market. And yeah, this was very hard. Every single one of y'all did such an amazing job. So congratulations to each of you. I'm sure this will not be the last time we hear from you and see you. So Scoutz and Soundtrack.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, I am representing Dr. Graham and Miss Erin. They both could not make it today, so I'm going to be presenting the awards to you guys today. So on behalf of the Howard University and PNC National Center for Entrepreneurship, we would like to congratulate you and all of today's finalists for your ingenuity, creativity, and entrepreneurial ambition as showcased in the pitch competition. It is the mission of our National Center to provide programming, capital curriculum, research, and resources to support Black entrepreneurs in partnership with the nation's 101 plus HBCUs, which is why we are extremely proud to support and sponsor today's HBCUverse Summit. To support your entrepreneurial journey, we are excited to award each of you $2,500 in funding. Furthermore, for winning this competition, we are excited to offer you complimentary registration and 3-night hotel stay for our second annual Black Commerce National Conference being held June 19th through the 22nd at Gaylord National Resort in National Harbor, Maryland. Congratulations again for everyone. Continue to shine in the destiny you are uniquely designed to achieve. From Aaron Warren McKinney, National Executive Director, and Dr. Johnny Graham, National Associate Director of the PNC National Center for Entrepreneurship.
Please show them some love. Please show everybody some love that participated today. It is not easy to get up here in front of your peers and tell your business and enunciate it the way that they did. And so congratulations to all of you. And as they take photos, I just want to thank everybody who took part in our HBCUniverse Summit, all of our sponsors, all of our partners, all of our guest speakers, all of our judges. We truly appreciate you all taking your time, and so we're super grateful. If you come to the next HBCUniverse Summit, make some noise! I love it, and you all that came will be the first to know. And so we truly appreciate y'all. Please follow us on our socials, hbcuniverse.summit. Follow us at Venture for Them, Venture number 4, T.H.E.M. And then lastly, also follow us at Think PGC. All in all, I just want to say I'm grateful for you all. Have a great evening. Thank you for coming out. Thank you.